Hey my beautiful Aries peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ann from CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at y'all with your September 2022 tarot reading. How are you? I hope y'all are well. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump on into today's video, and we shall see what is up. What do we got going on here for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding their September 2022? What information do we have here, please, for the zodiac signs of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding September 2022? We're going to start out here with a couple of your overall energies for your month ahead. Looking at your very first card, Six of Wands. Nice, dude. Six of Wands, definitely a pretty successful card. It's the energy of feeling very good about yourself. It's the energy of feeling success. It's the energy here that also represents the direction you're moving in. So you're moving in quite a successful direction with something. Could be like my relationship right now, going really freaking well. It could be the energy of like my career, popping. It could be the energy of, holy crap, just in general. I feel so good about myself lately. I've been hitting all my goals. I've been hitting all my marks, all my checks. Everything is going well. So right now, Six of Wands, super powerful energy for you. Now, we do got the Nine of Swords right on next to it, which is the energy of being a little bit stressed out, okay? But I wouldn't worry too much about this Nine of Swords. I feel like we can move past this energy quite quickly for you. We also do have here the Devil, and then lastly for you, we do have here the Star card. So it's like we got these two great energies, but then we kind of have these two not so great energies that are in the mix here as well. So let's discuss it and let's talk about it. So coming into September 2022, we got the Six of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Devil, and then we do have here the Star card. Now, as I've already previously mentioned, Six of Wands, everything's going in a pretty good direction for me. Then you got Nine of Swords here, Devil card, and it's like, why can't I let myself enjoy this is almost what I'm picking up on for you. Because the Devil card is the energy of being stuck, and if you're being stuck in anything, what's right next to the Devil is the Nine of Swords, which would represent a mentality. So do you feel like you're stuck in a mentality, Aries, where you feel like you cannot allow yourself to be happy out of fear that your happiness will be taken from you? Does that feel like something you do? And maybe it's not something you intend to do. Maybe it's not necessarily your intention, but maybe it's the way you have felt after previous experiences to the point where you've programmed yourself to say, this is how I act. This is what happens when I feel like things are going well. I start to worry that they won't be because I've already had experiences in my past where happiness or good things have been lost. Now, the truth of all this, right, is that the fact is that we will lose things in our lives that we're happy with. You know, nothing will last forever. But the difference is that for people who can enjoy what they have while they have it, instead of worrying about the day that it's going to leave or the day that it's all going to end, are the people that are going to be living their best lives. And that's what I want for you, Aries. I want you to be living your best life. But when you have this Devil energy, this mentality kind of attached to your shoulder of wondering where you're at, is it too good to be true, or when is the time that all this is going to come to an ending, you're going to strip yourself from ever enjoying anything in general. And that's the last thing that I want to see for you. So if you're an Aries and you feel like this has kind of been your mentality, even though it's not your intention, the best thing to do is to detach yourself from this Devil and to detach yourself from that mentality, because you got a lot of good things going for you here this month in September, and seeing that Six of Wands makes it incredibly clear that you got a lot of good going for you, you know? So don't let that energy take hold of you, man. Everything inevitably ends. We as people will inevitably have our ending in this lifetime. So with the fact that everything's going to end anyways, why not enjoy the good stuff while it's happening, right? And looking at the Star card here being the very last card here for you as well, Star card represents, it does feel like a dream. It does feel like what's going good for me right now is like a dream coming true. It's a wish fulfillment type of energy. The Star card represents wish fulfillment. Like right now, my wishes seem to be happening for me. Things seem to be aligning for me. Everything seems to be well. So don't let that mentality, that energy that you've been used to, and that energy that stood in the way of your happiness before, continue to stand in the way of your happiness today. Don't let it happen for September, man. Freaking enjoy yourself, okay? All right, Aries, let's go ahead and move along. Let's see some of the stuff coming in here for you in your September 2022. So what's going to be coming in here for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding their September? Let's see what information we have on that. We got here a Four of Swords. Hello, Four of Swords. Card of taking a break, card of rest and rejuvenation, but also sometimes it's the card of laying something to rest. Like If something needs to be done with in my life, if a situation needs to be laid to rest in my life, that is what's going to happen here for you. So, Four of Swords coming into play, I feel like you're going to be laying something to rest. Yeah, this could be the energy of just being done with a specific person, not really feeling a connection anymore, or feeling like a connection in life has run its course. Overall, though, the energy is feeling like something in general in your life has run its course. So that seems to be coming up here for you. We do have here the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles, though, is working hard. This is the energy of you working towards the other things that you really just want to focus your attention to. So this could represent changes. They don't have to be anything huge. They could be minuscule. You know, it could be the energy of like, okay, I've worked for a while on one thing, but now I feel like it's time for me to lay that to rest so that other things can shine in my life. So maybe right now a certain hobby of yours is what you want to take less interest in and you want to start to put more energy into a new hobby. Maybe right now what you've been doing with your career has served you till this point, but now it's time to work in a different direction and to take a different direction and a different spin in your career overall. So Four of Swords here, Eight of Pentacles, it's definitely giving me changes in reference to what it is you want to work towards. I just think that the way that you're aligning yourself and what you're aligning yourself with isn't the same, because you don't want the same things you want for yourself now than what it is you used to want for yourself in the past. We as people change, we evolve, so you're evolving here in that aspect. Looking at the next card, the Chariot, definitely future moves, new paths, new doorways opening up here for you. So I do sense what's coming in here for you as well in the month of September is new types of beginnings and new types of paths for you to take. So you will notice that where you're walking in life is a lot different than it turned out to be. It's a lot different than what you thought it would be, right? And you're basically making space right now for a whole bunch of new things. I think that you as a person are overall changing, which your desires are changing too, so you're making new pathways here for yourself. Looking at the last and final card here for what's coming in for you, we also do have here the High Priestess. High Priestess card represents intuition. It represents that inner guidance that we all have within ourselves. So what's coming in for you is that you're definitely going to start to feel pretty intuitively guided here this month. You might notice that certain things are changing specifically with you. For some of you, maybe your diet has started to change. The things you used to love to enjoy eating don't really taste the same to you anymore, but then suddenly something you never ate before is now like your new favorite thing. If you're noticing that food is changing for you, diet is changing for you, it could be your body's way of pushing you into a more healthier direction. Maybe about your personal interests or the people that you surround yourself with. Sometimes people that we do surround ourselves with only really do serve us to a certain extent and to a certain period of our lives, and when they're not really in resonance with us anymore, we change paths and then we cross paths with new people. So the environment you're dealing with, the people you're surrounded by, very well likely could be getting changed here in September 2022 as well. But overall, High Priestess coming in here for you. That is about intuitive guidance. So whatever you're feeling drawn to and called to this month, many of you will be going after that here as well. So we've started out here with the overall energy showing lots of success, but also showing a little bit of self-sabotage. You know, I think that it's not intended, but it's been so repetitive in your life where you've noticed that you've kind of gotten in the way of your happiness because you feared of losing it. And I think that that's one thing you definitely want to see change. So with those overall energies that came in previously, the biggest thing I'd say to work on here in September is to not stand in the way of yourself. Don't stand in the way of your happiness. Literally just enjoy the good stuff that's going on for you, because like Six of Wands here, star card, wish fulfillment, things are working out, I'm feeling successful, things are going in my favor, so enjoy that shit. Now coming into what's coming in here for ya, I definitely see changes, alright? I see changes to your path happening here, and they could be minuscule. Like I said, it could be things like, I don't know, my food and my diet's changing, it could be the people you're surrounded with changing, it could be the way that you feel about certain things. Your feelings are definitely inevitably changing all the time, so what you feel towards someone or something right now may start to be different here in September. Roll with it. I feel like the High Priestess coming out as the last card for you is essentially your spirit guides trying to convey to you, hey, things are changing right now, but they're changing in a way that's going to better serve you. So follow the inner guidance, because it's going to lead you to a better path. All right? You're already on a great path. So we're continuing over here to make it better for you. Okay? So follow through with that intuitive guidance. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look in to see what's going on. We're going to see what you may or may not be aware about at this time, the things that are happening around you. So let's get some information on that. What's going to be going on for Aries or around Aries that they may or may not be aware about in September 2022? Is there going to be any information here for Aries on what's happening that they may or may not be aware about? Looking at the card that came out here for you, we do have here the Six of Pentacles. I feel like what I'm hearing is more people are on your or on your side or on your team than you think. Six of Pentacles is the energy of equality. It's equal give and take. This is the energy that more people give a fuck about you than you realize. And I think that you're being called to kind of open up more to see that. You know, it can be very easy to be stuck inside our own heads and feel that what our mind is telling us is the truth and only the truth. But at the end of the day, our own perceptions don't always mean that it's reality. Yes, our perception creates our reality, aka what we tend to believe. But it doesn't necessarily mean that external energies feel the same way. So for example, let's say right now, Aries, maybe you think that somebody doesn't care about you or somebody's not interested in you. That might be far from the truth. Your brain might be telling you that, your thoughts might be telling you that, but have you gone out and asked that person? So I'm hearing that there's more people on your team than you think. There's more people in your support than you have led to believe. So really try to stay away from having a certain perception without having clarification. Really be mindful about asking people and communicating with people here at this time to see how others feel. Don't assume, I guess, is kind of the message that I'm getting for you. So what you may not be aware about is that there are more people batting for you than you think. Now, we do have here the King of Swords. King of Swords could resonate towards discipline. It could resonate towards somebody here who's very stern. King of Swords energy that I usually get is somebody here who needs something to talk about with you. I feel like somebody wants to have a serious message that they want to convey to you, but I feel like at the same time, too, they don't have the strength to convey it. Not sure what this one's about. We'll probably clarify this in just a sec. Also, Aries, don't mind me today if I'm stuttering 24/7 or having a hard time getting the words out that I'm trying to communicate with Mercury almost going retrograde. It is in my first house. So with that being said, it's going to be very difficult sometimes for me to communicate, usually when Mercury goes retrograde. We do also have here the Seven of Wands. And then lastly for you, we have here the Two of Swords. Yeah, I see that someone in your life might be struggling to tell you something. I don't know how serious the message is, because the thing about the King of Swords is that the King of Swords could represent seriousness, but it also could resonate towards like discipline. So maybe somebody here is disciplined enough right now to take a step back from you because they know that if they were to communicate to you, they know that maybe they're not in the right space to be with you, kind of thing. Like maybe right now somebody knows that they have feelings for you, they care about you, but it wouldn't be fair of them to tell you that, because if they did, they wouldn't be ready for a relationship. Or this could be the energy of somebody wanting to tell you something, but at the same time, they know they're not in a place in their life where they can follow through with what it is that they'd be offering or asking of you. So someone here wants to communicate something, but I see them holding themselves back. And it seems like that's their decision, because right now they just don't feel like they're in a place in their life where they're ready to kind of follow through with whatever it is they're asking you for or whatever it is that they want to tell you about. So like I mentioned, could be somebody here who might be romantically interested in you, but they know it wouldn't be fair to tell you that they are, especially if they're not in a position where they're ready for a relationship. And keep in mind, in this section of the reading, it's about what you may or may not be aware about. So if you're aware about this, you know the deal already. If you're not aware about this, the best that I can offer you here is that somebody here is holding themselves back from you right now, and I don't know what you will do with that information, but they definitely have something they want to tell you. They have something that they want, but they're not ready yet. They're not in a position of time where they're ready yet, okay? Now, as I mentioned here with the Six of Pentacles, like I said here, Aries, I think more people care about you, more people bat for you than you realize. So try not to be caught in a tunnel visioned perspective and perception here this month, where you might feel like, I'm in this successful place, but I'm in this successful place enjoying it all by my lonesome. There are people here that are happy for you. And even if they're not vocally out there saying it, there are people who are proud of you right now. There are people who are happy for you. And I think that that needs to be acknowledged. So try not to feel like you are the odd man out right now while you're in this position of time trying to live your best life and changing your life overall. There are people here who want to enjoy that happiness with you, okay? All right, Aries, moving on forward here for you. Let's go ahead and have a look here and see what you can expect going forward throughout the rest of September 2022. What can my beautiful Aries peeps expect, please, going forward throughout the rest of their month? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, throughout September 2022. First two cards out, we got here the Hermit, and we got here the Judgment. This is about giving yourself a chance. Hermit card here is a card of wisdom, right? So the thing about the Hermit is that it could represent distance or being in solitude, but it also represents following your inner wisdom. I feel like what you can expect is that you're finally taking the chance on what your inner wisdom is saying. You're listening to your intuitive guidance. You're listening to your gut feelings here this month. So what you can expect going forward throughout the rest of September is really following through with what your gut is telling you. I'm not going to fight my gut anymore. I'm not going to fight the natural instinct of what I'm feeling. I'm going to listen to my feelings and use them as a guide. Okay, moving on to the next card, we do got here Knight of Wands, which is about moving in the direction that you're being called to here. So I see movement happening for you. Like I said, in your September, I really do feel like lots of things are happening for you. Whether the Six of Wands in the beginning of the video was representing my career is popping right now, my relationship's popping right now, my life is popping right now. Things are popping for you. I feel like you are making moves. Life is going good. Shit's working out for you. Like I mentioned previously, right? Devil here, Nine of Swords. There's a part of you that has this fear and worry that could get in the way of your happiness if you let it, but just don't let it, right? And I think that as you are aware of this now, you're not going to let it get in the way of your happiness this month, you know? But lots of shit is changing for you, and you're starting to move in the direction in life that you want to be a part of, and you're starting to make the moves that you want to do. So follow through with what feels right, follow through with what feels natural, follow through with what your feelings are telling you and where you're feeling intuitively guided, and you're going to be okay. You're going to go exactly to where you need to. You're going to go to Abundanceville, baby. Hello. Wheel of Fortune being the last card of what you can expect. Wheel of Fortune here is the card of abundance. It is the card of the world turning in your favor. When we don't fight against the tide and we just go with the flow, when we go where we're feeling called to, of course things are going to work out for us because that is a calling that's coming towards us, okay? So with the Wheel of Fortune coming into play here for you, Aries, I definitely feel like so long as you keep on going in the direction where you feel like you need to go, you're going to see things work out for you quite well, and there will be abundance in store there for you, okay? Cool. All right, so we got a couple different messages tuning in here for your not your week, I almost said your week, but for your month of September ahead. And I think that overall, you can expect a lot of positive things to happen for you. You definitely can expect a lot of changes. There might be personal changes happening. It might be minuscule, they might be big, but whatever changes are happening here for you, it's just like roll with it, man. Because when you do, you'll see why these things have changed, and you'll see how they'll serve you and how they'll be the best opportunity for you, because you'll see what the new path is you're walking towards nonetheless. You know, when I saw the Chariot come out here for you, Aries, I definitely felt like a new path was opening up for you. So even if you're not totally aware of it just yet, you're getting somewhere new, and it does feel like it's going to be really, really awesome for you, okay? All right, Aries, let's go ahead and pull a couple of advice cards here for you. This is not going to be anything crazy. We're going to be using the divine directions here. It's just going to be a little bit of advice. If it resonates to you, cool. If not, absolutely no worries. Speaking of advice, we got the first card out here already, which is going to be the nature card. It does say here, reconnect with nature, feel the sun on your skin, and walk barefoot on the grass. I love walking barefoot on grass, guys. It is one of the best ways to actually ground yourself. First and foremost, with your feet, with the lower portion of your body, that is your base or root chakra. So when you're walking on the grass, your root chakra is starting to get re-energized, grounded, and balanced from the physical earth. So just throwing that out there, it's really, really beneficial to walk barefoot on grass if you feel like you need to get yourself into a more grounded place. But either way, nature, reconnect with nature, feel the sun on your skin, walk barefoot, whatever. You know, all the woo-woo stuff is coming out over here in the nature card, but the woo-woo stuff is true, man. If you want to be in a position of time where you feel more connected with your higher self, getting into a meditative state, getting into nature, getting surrounded by places that could clear your mind can really allow you to follow up with that intuitive guidance and what you feel would be the right next move to take in your life. So if you find yourself wanting to answer certain questions that you have of yourself, really go on a meditative place. Go for a walk, get in nature, go somewhere where you can clear your mind and reconnect with you so that you can listen to what your inner spirit is saying. Moving on to another advice card for y'all. Let's go ahead and take a look here. What else do we have here for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? What is other words of advice that we have here for them? Another word of advice here for you, Aries, is going to be communicate. It says here, communicate with others more freely, speak up. You have a right to be heard. Absolutely, Aries. So you have a right to be heard just as much as anybody else. Definitely don't be feeling afraid here at this time to communicate and to say the things that you need to say. Get whatever's off your chest, and the more that you communicate, of course, the more of an understanding that not only do you have with yourself, but that you'll have with other people. So communication is really key. You know, a great word of advice this month would be to open up and to talk to people about how you feel and what you're experiencing and to be freely heard, you know, and if people agree with what you're saying, cool. If they don't, they don't. But it's the best here to feel free when you can be an open channel and when you can be yourself. So being completely open this month will be incredibly beneficial to you because as you open up, you'll see who's receptive to you, you'll see who isn't, okay? And moving on to one more word of advice here for you, Aries, we also do have here, excuse me if I can grab it, we got here goals. It is time for you to take your goals off the back burner. Go after them. Absolutely. So Aries, for those of you that have had any sort of goals that maybe you haven't maintained or that maybe you haven't went after for quite some time, definitely feel free in September 2022 to pursue those goals. Anything that you've placed on the back burner, start to make time for it now so that you can go after what it is you desire. Make shit happen, okay? So for any of y'all that have had any kind of goals on the back burner, definitely go for them and don't hold back. Now looking at the overall outcome here for your month, please, let's see what we got, and we automatically got here the Justice card, which wanted to come on out, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Having a look here at the overall outcome, Aries being the Justice card, I love this for you. Definitely showing me that you're going to have a pretty solidified and balanced September 2022. The thing about the Justice is that it's about getting what's right and just for you. You're going to start seeing your life turn out the way that you expected it to, the way that you wanted it to, and the way that it's fair for you, you know? After all the work you've put in, after all the energy you've put into your world, this is you getting paid back. Okay? So the thing about karma, right? We hear that word karma. Karma just simply means action. There is no such thing as good karma or bad karma. There is only karma, which is action. And with actions come consequences, whether positive or negative. So this is like getting your karma back, you know? All the action you've put in, all the work you've put in your life, all the things you've done, all the energy you've put in is exactly what's being returned to you. And if you've done well, you will receive well. If you've done poorly, you may potentially receive poorly. But at the end of the day, with all the work that you have put in, you are now starting to see it come back in here for you for September 2022. So Aries, really like this reading here for you. I think it's pretty positive overall. I didn't see much negative things. You know, I did see something a little weird here where in what you may not be aware about section of the video, it showed that somebody here really wanted to convey a message to you that they're not ready to. So that may carry out in the next coming months. So there is something manifesting over there. There's not a lot of information on it, but as far as how your life is going, man, I think you're going in the right direction. I think you've been working hard. I think you've been doing everything you've needed to do. I feel like you've been on top of yourself, and now it's the time to receive the fruits of your labor. It's the time to receive all that work you've put in come on back to you tenfold. I really feel like right now there's nothing to worry about so long as you keep following your intuitive guidance and following where you feel like you're being called to go. Because when you're following that intuition, when you're following what you feel is right for you, it's always going to be right for you, baby. So I think things are going well and things are truly aligning for you, and you're looking towards lots of abundance here, man. Everything will be right and just here for you, okay? So at the end of the day, Aries, I appreciate you tuning in. Hope that this reading did resonate with you. Of course, if it did not, no worries there. Feel free to check out any other awesome readers on the platform or any other future videos that I may post for ya. I really appreciate you being here, though. If you are new, definitely do consider subscribing. And with that being said, Aries, enjoy the rest of your September, and I will catch you all in the next video. Much love, and have yourselves a good one, baby. Peace.